I still don't know how to connect with the work that you're planning for to work on in New York that you send me. Um, mm, it was for me is very specific, very thought through the idea, and it's hard for me to find a place inside because I mean it's a rough idea. I mean, I know that you will develop that, and but still it already has a very specific statement, and it's hard for me to find some empty space inside to sorry to place myself. So that's why I was thinking about an image more. I was thinking to work maybe more visually or less intellectual, in a way that we have straight, you know, idea and we want to then develop it. More some fragments, I don't know.
Yeah, for me it's difficult. I mean, I can try, and I do understand also your point of view and your the way you work. But for me, it's also important to have kind of some content or some, yeah, something. I don't know. So for me, I'm also really trying to stay, but maybe we don't need to stay also close to the project, and in a, like you said, like in a more intellectual way that I'm thinking and trying to connect it with other stuff and text and so on, analysis, history, and so on. Um, So I think for us it will be, the process will be like to find something that you can rely on, and me too, that we have something.
Some medium. The medium is a thing that we are still looking for, because you
Yeah.
have different medium, and it's both visual, but it's so different. The approaches, maybe more the processes that we work with, they are very different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the way how we start something, maybe.
Yeah.
So, or the meaning that we give or to something. Um, For me, I also work in a more spontaneous way. I mean, like you, anyway, because for me also, when I work with images, it's in a way intellectual, but it's also very spontaneous. I sometimes do not know why I am thinking about, I don't know, a text or a song or an image. So it's also very natural how it goes. So that, I think, is still connected or in a way similar to your work or way, or
Yeah.
like practice. But it's true, it's more like outspoken, I would say, my work, outspoken in a way that there is, like, I try to have or to work towards a more clear vision, or I want to visualize my ideas or my opinion, or things like that.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more that, but it's true that I still try to have my opinion, and also like to start from there.
For me, the process is more about asking questions and not knowing the answers, and that's what motivates me. When I find the answer, then I'm done. So when I still don't know, this is my work. And it's very interesting that it goes so, you know, so very different in our cases. So it's very, I mean, it's not easy, obviously, to communicate and to find common ground, but it's really interesting.
But for me, I don't know how to move further now. What to do, or maybe I need some more time just to also to be in this kind of mood, because when I make new work, it's always a little bit difficult starting, and then once you are in this mood, then it goes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also, it's of course good to have these conversations which are recorded, which makes it more stressful, yeah, and which also sometimes makes it a little bit, yeah, I always work or like to work with deadlines, but those deadlines are very strict and very short notice. It's not easy to find my rhythm. I mean, like,
Yeah, it doesn't help the creative process for me, because I prefer to have all the time that I have, especially on the this intellectual and starting in the starting point. Then when I develop the project, it can be faster and I can have deadlines. But at the beginning, it always, for me, it's maybe not always, but usually it's very slow and it's very peaceful and I don't know, organic process. How I see it, we can experiment. So we can, for example, like approach the project with your approach one day and think of something. I will go with you all the way and we can develop something using your process. And then we can change it and we can have completely like use completely my process all the way through. Maybe somewhere on the way we will find something common, or maybe not. Maybe it's, you know, because the idea about this whole project is to somehow that it's we have to find common ground. Like it's like after this crisis we are kind of forced to work together, but maybe we don't have to. Maybe sometimes we have to agree that we don't have a common ground. Maybe that's the lesson that is also important. I
yeah.
like that, yeah, that this negotiation, and I like, you know, that we are different in this with these approaches and processes. I think it's very creative already that we can talk about it, and it's really interesting for me, and kind of it motivates me just when I talk with you, because when we don't have our meetings, I don't think about that project that much, but it's very interesting to talk with you. And the whole energy of this project for me is in these meetings.
Okay, but I like your proposal to
Mm.
to try it like in our like both ways, and to
Mm-hmm.
see where it goes, and try also to find strength in our conversations. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. But what I can do is maybe I can begin with sending also you some things like pictures.
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Yes.
let's
So
do this.
we are set for another meeting that we are when we will have we'll try the experiment with different
Yeah.
approaches, starting from yours, right?
Yeah, okay, that's great. Okay,
Yeah,
then
great.
see you soon.
We have something.